Mr. Jeremy here for Art Club at the Strasburg-Heisler Public Library. Today, we are going to make something called a castle card. Do you like to get mail? I love getting mail. I especially love when you get a great card and you open it up and there's something unexpected. Well, today we're going to make one of those cards because our card, when you open it up, stands up. And to go along with our theme for the summer of stories and fairy tales, we're going to make castle cards today. Now, I know that some of you don't have paint at home or certain things to make your projects. So we're going to make this really easy. I'm going to show you a new trick today where you use a felt tipped marker to actually make your paint as well. Here's what you'll need for today's project. You'll need a piece of black cardstock. You'll need 2 pieces of white, kind of heavyweight cardstock as well. You could use watercolor paper if you have that at home. You'll need a black felt tipped marker. You'll need some glue, a pair of scissors, and a little dish of water and a paintbrush. And make sure that you have your paper towels because if you're like me, we make messes, and that's okay. Now, to start out, your first piece of white paper, you're going to take and fold in half, just like this. And after you have it folded, you're going to make 2 quick snips, one here and one here. You're going to take those snips and you're going to stick out the part that was cut like that, and then fold it back shut again so that we have this little divot in our paper. On the other side, you're going to have created a box, just like that. This piece we're going to put to the side. Next, you're going to take another piece of white paper and you're going to fold it in half, and where that crease is, you're going to cut across and make 2 different pieces. One of those pieces you're going to put to the side. You'll save that for a project on another day. On the other piece, you're going to take your marker and you're going to draw a castle on it. And once you've done that, here's the really cool trick. You're going to take your paintbrush and you're going to stick it in your water, and you're going to start to rub it across where your marker was. And you see how it starts to get gray? It starts to create color. So you end up with black, white, and gray in your picture, just like in our castle card. I made my castle, I did the black ink, and then I used the water to brush over it. But you'll see that there's also places where I chose not to do that, and it kept it white. So when you're drawing, you don't have to do the water everywhere. Let me show you how this works really quick. I'll move my water to the side. I have my drawing, and I'm going to start to take my paintbrush and my water over top of that ink, and I'm going to brush it out just like that. Depending on what type of marker you have, you may actually see a little bit of a purplish color coming with your black ink. It's kind of fun to discover. You see how that fills in just like that? What was white here now has a gray color to it, just like my castle wall would have. After you're done with that part, you're going to let it dry, okay? And you might want to tape down your edges so that your paper doesn't bubble at this point. But after it's dry, you'll take your scissors and you'll cut that castle out. I'm just going to do a rough cut here really quick so that you can see what you do with this. So you see I have my little castle here. Next you would go back to your card, and where that little box is, you're going to take some glue and put it on that part right there. Like that. I really didn't have too much coming out of my tube there, so I'm pretending. But you'll want it to have a good bit of glue. And then because we have that little box, you can actually put your finger in the back to push it against there to make sure that it's nice and firm. Even close it to make sure that it's nice and flat. And glue that in there. Now, at this point, you have a decision to make. You could leave your card just like that. You could write a message here or down here. Or you could take your pen again, your marker, and you could draw another scene on the background and use that water again just to blend it out. That's what I did on mine. You see, I made my castle go back a little bit further in the background, and I added this little tree over here. And down here, I wrote "Once Upon a Time," and I put little stepping stones. You could do something like that. And once you're done with all of that, and the water has dried, you're going to take that cardstock, you're going to fold it in half, you're going to put glue on the back of your white piece, and glue it right in there. You're going to close it up as well, because remember, the water is dry at this point, so it's not going to bleed. And make it nice and flat so that the glue doesn't get bumpy. It stays flat also. And then you have your castle card, just like I made mine. Won't that make a nice gift for whoever you send it to? Thanks for being here with us today, and hopefully we'll see you again next month.